Thursday, March 9, 2023. Today was actually pretty warm out, and there was a lot more people out on the streets of Vancouver, a lot of homeless people and so forth. And if you're on the right side of the street, where the sun's facing, it definitely feels like spring is in Vancouver. When I was down there on Thursday, it actually was a little crazier than usual. At the end of my walking tour of the downtown Eastside, there was a police incident. There's conflicting reports that either someone jumped or someone was pushed. A 25-year-old male was pushed out of the Patricia Hotel, and he fell 4 stories onto one of the homeless tents below. Obviously, the tent didn't help his fall whatsoever, and he was rushed to hospital in critical condition. So that's at the end of this video. People say that Vancouver Police Department did it because they were trying to arrest him. I really don't know what happened. I came there a few minutes after the fact, but there was police absolutely everywhere, 2 or 3 different ambulances and so forth. So you can catch that right at the end of this video, because that's when it happened, when I was just ready to leave. And probably one of the major reasons that there are a large amount of people living on the streets of Vancouver is that you actually can live out on the streets in Canada, in Vancouver, simply because of the mild winter weather. Yeah, we get a lot of rain here, but it sure beats living out in the rain in Vancouver compared to living in places like Saskatchewan or Alberta or Manitoba, or anywhere for that matter in Canada in the winter, where you've got 6 months of below freezing temperatures. So here on the West Coast, we don't see nearly the amount of snow. We don't see nearly the amount of days of below freezing temperatures like they do in the rest of Canada. So that's one of the major reasons why there is such a large homeless problem here, and people flock to the West Coast. They can live out on the streets. You can't do that back east. It's way more tough. If you want to live more comfortably in the winter, this is definitely the place to live compared to anywhere else in Canada, minus, of course, Victoria, which is on Vancouver Island here in the province of British Columbia. And specifically on this day, I think it was about between 11 to 13 degrees Celsius. So if everyone thinks that Canada is a frozen igloo, you can exclude Vancouver from that equation for most of the year, because it's usually pretty mild here, and people can definitely take advantage of that and live out in tents. It's not a comfortable lifestyle, definitely not, but you're not going to die from the sub-zero frigid temperatures like you would anywhere else across this country.
Hey guys.
Thank you.
In your eyes.
Great.
To me, it would seem like a tough life trying to sell different products on these street corners, and you got your clothes there, used clothes. They've got everything from like jackets to socks, bras. People were selling rechargeable cell phone cords, tablets. This guy was selling DVDs. Like, I just don't understand how they can make any kind of real money doing that. But I guess if you have no other choice, you got to do what you got to do, and this is exactly what these folks are doing. Is they're trying to come up with any kind of idea to make money, and at least it's legal, you would think. I don't know if any of the clothes are stolen or whatever, but I've got no clue. But I'm just an observer on the street documenting what's going on. I really don't know the ins and outs of every part of every person's life of this street. Kind of thinking of asking people how they came to this life and so forth. Start actually interviewing people. Have to work up to it though, because I don't know, I feel a little bit intimidated. I'm getting used to it, but it's definitely different from what my upbringing for sure. And just going down there, like I said in other videos, it's a little bit shocking. It definitely grounds you, makes you realize how good you have it, and makes you appreciate your life. And it makes you have a little bit of compassion, of course, because you feel sorry for what's going on for these poor people and what they've had to overcome and go through in their own personal lives and are still overcoming. That's the reason they're down there. They've got a lot of childhood trauma and so forth. It's a very tough, difficult situation to get a grasp of. There's so many different angles to it that a person like me just can't completely understand it, of course, because I'm not from that world. But I definitely do have a lot of compassion for the people of the downtown Eastside. I understand, they're just people. They're just trying to live their life, regardless of if they're addicted to drugs or whatever. This is not the point. The point is, we are all human. Some of us have made bad decisions, but a lot of these people have had bad decisions made for them based on what they've had to go through in their lives that wasn't even their fault. And like I said, it's a very complex issue, and I'm just trying to explain how my feelings about the situation.
Oh! Fucking. What the fuck's this?
So this happened at the end of my tour of the downtown Eastside on East Hastings Street here in Vancouver. I saw multiple police cars rushing to this area, and this is the direction I had to go anyways, but then I saw it was all taped off, and I started recording, or I was continuously recording anyways, and it basically seems like it just happened a few minutes ago. And yeah, a young man, 25 years old, fell 4 stories onto a tent and critically injured. I don't know if he died. I don't think he did up to this point. And people were saying that the police, there was an altercation with the Vancouver Police Department, and he was pushed or fell out of the the 4th floor hotel room as a result of the altercation with police. There was a warrant for his arrest or something, and hard to say, hard to come by the truth and come by actual legitimate facts. But I didn't see the body or anything. I saw a little bit of blood on the tent, that orange tent you see in front of you, but it was all blocked off, so I couldn't get too close. But once again, sad situation, right? 25-year-old guy falls 4 stories, critically injured.